One thing my boss told me that he was not gonna give me a promotion until I passed the PE. I was tired of studying. It's like tired. When I say tired, it's like shoot, I need to wake up to study. Like I don't want to, but I
Mm,
have to. I have no life pretty much
yeah.
for those probably like 4 months. There were like a few like Saturdays that I didn't do anything because I felt the tiredness. Like
How did you stay motivated and you stayed consistent?
I put that message right in front of me, of
Yeah.
right next to a friend that says never give up. Put it right next to it, and I just every time I come to my office, I just see it. Reminds me that I have to do it. Taking your class first and then jumping into the PE was pretty handy because I have pretty much the base that you gave me, the foundation to continue with the momentum. But the way you explain it to me was much better than it was presented by the other instructor.
Was there anything else that you did when you were preparing for the PE that was different than what you did for the FE?
The instructor said, when you finish everything, go back and redo all the problems. He said he used the fast forward method or something. And I was like, you know what? I think I did it right. And then when I just saw the results, and I was like, I was so happy. Like I cannot describe that feeling though. It was it was happiness, pure happiness.
Ron, welcome back to our channel. I'm really excited to see you again. I feel like we just talked a few months ago and we had you in our channel and you talked about your FE prep. I remember that there were a lot of ups and downs and you struggled a little bit with the responsibilities and waking up at, you had very intense schedule, waking up at 4 a.m. and you were a new parent and balancing life and all that, and you passed your FE exam, and now you passed your PE exam. That's why we're having you here. And I can't wait to dive in and talk about your PE journey. So thank you for joining us again. Um, can you remind us when did you pass your FE exam and when did you start preparing for your PE?
Uh, Hi Kenza, hi everyone. So my FE, I think it was on November 2024, the end of November, and I remember I did like a quick research, and I spoke with you, different people, and you know, started studying for the exam, for the P exam on December 13th. Remember that day because I wrote it down on my
Wow.
notebook. And I took the P exam on June 25th. So it was about probably like 6 months of preparation because I have like 2 weeks during the holidays that I didn't do anything, which I did, but I didn't do as much as I wanted. But yeah, it was 6 months of prep, and it was pretty fun, pretty fun. I couldn't wait to finish studying, and at some point I hit like a dead end
Hmm.
with the environmental stuff, and I'm like, I don't know this, like, and I have to, like for a week of prep, I took like 2, 3 weeks for each section. And there were like 3 or 4. Probably I took 2 months only for environmental. Like to me, it was like, wow. I was worried about that I was gonna forget everything else, but I learned that I have to study for the long run, not for the shorter. So I was getting good notes, and I was reading every night what I was, doing, and somehow I somehow I passed the exam because it was hard. Like it was hard. I thought I was not gonna make it. Um, the reason why because there were so many like filling the blank, and I wasn't like I was sure how to do it, but I wasn't sure if the error like margin was I was gonna fall into that margin.
Hmm.
Um, I wasn't sure right when I finished the exam during the week. The more I thought about it, the more I was like, well, that was the right way to do it. That was a good, I did it, because I remember the question that I was like, wow, like, what should I be doing now? And because I flagged those questions, I went back and I was reading, reading, reading. And I was like, you know what? I think I did it right. And then when I just saw the results, and I was like, I was so happy. Like, I cannot describe that feeling though. It was it was happiness, pure happiness.
That's amazing. Ron, can you remind us why did you decide to take your PE exam?
So one thing my boss told me that he was not gonna give me a promotion until I passed the PE,
Okay.
and it was that was one, and the other one was something personal that I wanted to get it done. Like I didn't like I didn't to me like I those long nights at college mean something to me, and this is the definition, like achieve the PE. Like I was prepared to keep rolling and keep studying to retake it if needed. I was prepared mentally to do so, and but yeah, that was pretty much like was my boss told me to get it, and that was some I was when he told me that I was working on it. So so it was that was pretty much it. Like personal, it was personally, and and work related. So it was both ways.
That's awesome. I remember after you passed your P exam, we got on a quick call and you showed me a note, a message. You still have that, a message from your boss
Oh
that you,
yeah, I think I forget about that.
and then you had it, you told me that you had it in front of you.
Now I can't find it. Oh, I think I have it here. This was last year on May. Last year on May. He asked me like, "Do you have a UPE?" Because in our office, I don't want to show his name, but um,
We
in
can,
our office, we um we have like a meeting, like a office meeting, and we say like who has the license or who have the P or something. And he was asking me if I have my P, so they can actually announce my achievement through everyone. But I say no, and I told him I was working on it, and I was like literally a year after I got my PE. So because I was
wow.
working on that, on the PE
Yeah.
on that time. Yeah, it
So
was, and I put that message right in front of me,
yeah.
right next to a frame that says never give up. Put it right next to it, and I just every time I come to my office, I just see it. Reminds me that I have to do it. At that time. So that was something I think I read it somewhere. I don't know. That was a psychologist, I think. He said like, see, if you have something like you want to do, always you have to remember it every day. If you remember every day, you're gonna achieve it. So
Hmm.
that was pretty much, you know, that was I was working for that and I was preparing for that. So I'm glad I did it though. It's just as you know, it was hard.
Yeah. Was there anything else you did that kind of helped you stay consistent? Because I feel like you started studying for the FE, and as I mentioned earlier as well, you had a lot of ups and downs with the FE exam. You failed it multiple times, and then you studied for a couple months. I don't remember how long you studied for the FE, and then you didn't really take that much break. Right after that, you jumped right into the PE. That seems like a very intense couple months, even I would say like 2 years you've been in this journey. How did you stay motivated and you stayed consistent?
My daughter. my family. Like, it's just to me the quicker I was done with, I get things done or I get my exams done, I can spend more time with her. I was, I was not spending time with her on weekends. As much time as I wanted, I couldn't because I was studying for the exam. And my
Mm,
wife was pretty much like taking care of her and doing, the meal prep and all that kind of things that we typically do on weekends or weekdays or something. Um, because I have to study and have to deliver at work. Um, yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I think family is the most important thing to me, my personal case, and I think that was it. Like, as soon as I got that perspective, I think I wouldn't think twice because I was waking up at 4 a.m. To wake up at 4 a.m. to study from 4 to 6 and then get ready to work at 6. Like, get, shower, take care of my, shower my daughter, do the morning routine with her before she had to daycare. And I think that's it. Like, it took me a little bit of time to understand that I have to probably like like give some like give things out and then take them back during the process because when I was studying I really missed to play with my playing that time with my daughter on the weekends. I'm like, all right, I want to give that away for like a few months and I'm gonna get them back and I'll figure that out and then I think it worked pretty well.
that's awesome. Um, Ron, can you tell us which PE you took?
Water resources
What are
and
you?
environmental. Yep.
Okay. And um, let's dive into the study resources. Which study resources did you use? I know, I think we talked about this before after the FE interview. You asked me if I have any recommendations for the PE. Could you walk us through that a little bit?
Yeah, so you told me the course, so I did a little bit more research and everyone said that was the way to go. I also bought like two practice exams and I gotta be honest that prep course was very well that I don't think you need those exams
Hmm.
and yeah I got those and also your afternoon prep course was pretty good because in the PE they ask you about survey, geotechnical, which includes like soil classification,
Mm-hmm.
includes like retaining wall, like earth, pressure, um, consolidation.
Yeah.
That was pretty good though the way you explain it. And also about multiple stuff about geotechnical stuff that were in the prep course, but the way you explain it to me was much better than it was presented by the other instructor.
Mm.
Uh, that economics of material was there.
Hmm.
What was the other one that was there? Survey. I say survey. Um, what was he? What's one more? Anyway, well,
Structures.
no, no. Well, it's funny that you say structural because I have one question about sizing a sheet file, a sheet pile or retaining wall, like section.
Okay.
I did not study any of that uh, during my prep, but I remember, the
Yeah.
momentum and all the stuff from your class. So
Oh, that's awesome.
definitely. definitely a breaker, like taking your class first and then jumping into the PE was pretty handy because I have pretty much the base that you gave me, the foundation to continue with the momentum, and then going back and look at your notes and be like, okay, this is the way I should be doing this. I'm gonna ignore this and I want to do it this way. And it
Mm.
worked. It worked. The mass, I think the Huel mass, I think you had it.
Yeah.
The way you explain it, I just literally got that page, read it, understood. Like, all I remember is like when the line is above. Now I forgot though. When the line is above the x-axis, I think it's a deficit, and when it's below, it's borrow. Hi, baby. My daughter just got here. Say hi.
Hello. She's adorable.
How was your day, baby? All right. Daddy's busy now. Okay. You wanna play with this? This? Okay. Here. You want this? Okay. All right. I'll be right there. Okay. Here. I'm coming, baby.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. I'll be there. This is every time I go up. I went upstairs and came back. She was like, "Daddy, want to play?" And she was like crying. Like that makes that
Oh
breaks
yeah.
me.
I can,
That's why I
yeah,
was mentioning, like, that's why I have to give that away for a few months and take them,
yeah,
take it back.
yeah,
Oh, so
yeah. It's really tough.
yeah.
I understand.
So what I was saying, I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries. You were
Yo,
talking about the mass hall diagram in
yeah,
surveying.
the mass hole and yeah, it was pretty like why you explain. Oh, and also the environmental stuff, the harness, um, and yeah, the harness. The way you explained the harness is a deal breaker. Like I'm not saying the way they explain it was wrong, but the way you explain it is much easier for me. So
Mm,
I'm like, ignore this, take this. Like at that point, I was like, all right, I don't have time to understand this. I
mm,
already know how to do it this way, and I just took your way, and that's it. I didn't want to think about it and just do it because, like I told you, I spent so much time with environmentals, that I was like, I can't do this anymore. I have to like speed up. I remember I finished everything, like everything, on by the end of April, and
okay.
per my schedule, I was behind schedule because I supposed to be on by the end of April. I supposed to be done with everything, and at the same time, because well, the instructor said when you finish everything, go back and redo all the problems and see which one, you know,
Mm,
what do you think you need to focus on, like, even
mm,
more. So when I went back, so at the end of April, I was done with the material. I didn't even went like I have to go back and do all the problems now,
right.
and I finished everything by mid-April, and then I have to decide what if I have to if I have to do everything or I have to do like the problem he said to do the problems if you don't have time. So I pick in between. I say like, all right, let me do the problem he said to do, and let me
Okay.
do the problems I didn't do right the first time I was doing the problems
Mm,
because I marked the problems that I didn't do right, in my first round. And I did those problems and the problem that he said to do it. I have to do it. I have to do it that like that because I didn't have time because by the end of May, I should have been, I should be able to start looking at the practice exams and quizzes that he has. in the network. So I have to like 4 or 5 quizzes before the 3 exams that he yeah, like I have to the first week of June was like doing just pretty much like quizzes, like exam preparation and all this stuff, because my exam was June 25th, was
Yeah.
Wednesday. So you can imagine it was a lot of back and forth, and
Yeah.
but it was worth it. Like like you're gonna find the time. You have to make the time. Now I gotta be honest with you, Kenza. Weekends comes and they go fast, and I don't
Yeah.
do half of what I was doing before in my house. And I was like, whoops, it's already 7 p.m. I don't know how I was able to manage that before. Like
Yeah.
you always gonna find the time. You have to make it.
Yeah. Time goes by no matter what.
Yeah.
Use it wisely.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. That's great. Um, did you, when you got stuck, like you had a lot of back and forth about like what to do, next steps, how to study, how to make sure that you're gonna finish all these things on time. Did you have any kind of support or any outsider that you had that conversation with, or was it just you trying to figure out what's the best move so that you can finish everything on time?
Now it was pretty much me,
Okay.
like trying to figure things out, like because what I knew my strength. My strength were pretty much on the open channel, like
Mm,
on things like that. I know my I knew I have to spend more time on environmental. Like that was my holy cow. Because environmental is like they ask you like I have so many questions in environmental. Like I was like, oof. So I knew my strength. I know I was fine before the exam, and I'm talking about like by the end of April, be like, okay, I'm good with economics of materials. I'm good with geotech. I'm good with like this, and this. I'm gonna focus. I went back on environmental again.
mm,
Let me get this, you know, because my brain was digesting everything.
yeah.
Let me go back. The environmental was the only section that I did 3 times. The first time, then again, and then again. And I have so many questions. Like it will pay it off because like here's the thing, and like I was talking to myself, like open channel you have to use manage equation. And the other one you have to use manage equation. Like for instance, like sizing or getting the losses, you use a table. They provide you everything. Environmental is only one question, but there's also like, for instance, um you have to calculate the slotch of this, but also you have to do have to do the treatment. It was a lot of conceptual too. That's what I'm getting at. So you have to understand like the pre-treatment and then the sludge, the primary sludge. It was too much like around that. I think I have it around. Like I have like 5 different like charts. Like okay, this, and I was working. I have my charts like right next to me. Okay, my computer was loading. Okay, let me look at this. All right, this goes like this. Trying to make sure when I got everything like pretty good. I was like, all right, let me just do the other problems because I think environmental should be fine. Last thing I'm gonna do is all the environmental problems. That's what I did. I did what I told you, like pick the one I was gonna do on the other sections, and the environmental I did everything.
Mm,
And I think it depends on you, right? You have to pick
right.
your strength and your like weakness. And I think my weakness was environmental.
Yeah.
Other people find differently, but that was my weakness though. Um, and I somehow I did it, Kenza. I'm telling you, it's just you, by May I was like, I just want to take the exam, and
Mm,
it is what it is. Like at this point, I'm like, I'm tired. By June, I was tired of studying. It's like tired. When I say tired, it's like shoot, I need to wake up to study. Like I don't want to, but I
Mm,
have to. It's that
yeah,
that feeling because I was like so into it. Like it was time consuming and just I have no life pretty much
yeah,
for those probably like 4 months. And that's pretty much what it is. Like no life, no going out with your friends. No. I play soccer, no sports, nothing
wow,
for that time frame.
yeah,
Even like during the FE, because what people don't know is like you forget how to study,
mm-hmm, yeah,
and you have to get back to it. And I got that momentum from the FE, so I didn't want to lose it.
yeah. That is so true. Um, when did you schedule your exam?
Um, I think it was on January.
Right away. Okay.
Yeah, right away.
Okay.
I have to set my days. January right away. Because the company was gonna pay for it, and I
Oh,
have to, and I only had 6 months for the prep course, so I cannot wait. I wasn't able to wait. I couldn't wait more because what about if I didn't have any slot, and then I have to
yeah,
wait another 3 months.
yeah.
So I scheduled it right away and forced myself to actually go for it.
Got you.
And the company paid for the exam and paid for the prep course.
Oh, that's
So I
awesome.
was so happy about that.
Yeah, that's really cool. And the so the course it was EET, is that correct? Is that the course that you got?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
And you got they offer 6 months access. Is that how many months you got?
Yeah, I got six
Okay.
month. But I was my my I got the membership on December, and I
Okay.
think that it was gonna end on May 29th, but
Okay.
they offer like a month or 2 month membership, and you can
Oh,
extend it. So I
oh, that's
extended
so
for
cool.
2 months.
Oh, that's so cool.
Um, yeah,
Was it paid? Did you have to pay extra to extend it?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, that's so cool. And it seems like you actually did need the extra 2 months. So that was cool.
Now, the only reason I did it 2 months is because what about if I fail the exam and then I have to go back and because they give you more time if you fail and share your diagnostic. They give you
Mm.
12 more weeks.
Oh.
Um, but I was like 12 more weeks plus another month, 4 weeks, 16 weeks. So gonna have more time. I told you I was already I was mentally prepared to jump right out, right back to
Yeah.
it and just back to the exam.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it was fun.
Um, let's talk a little bit about your schedule. It seems like you had the same schedule as the FE. You woke up at 4 a.m. and then you studied, and
Yeah,
then weekends.
yeah, yeah. So PE, I gotta be honest, was more material
Oh yeah.
than when I say more material, it's not more than the FE. The FE has more, but it was more in depth, right?
Mm.
Now on my things. Um, so I was studying from 4 to 6 every day, and then I noticed after the first month when I was when I was doing the environmental stuff, I have to study at night too because I was
Oh.
falling back. So it was 4 to 6, and then 6 to 8, or maybe 6 to 9. And weekends I was doing like 8 hours each day because of the environmental stuff. So that's why I'm saying like um I have I took one environmental class during college. It wasn't my strength, and I have to do it. I have to do it. On weekends I went to the office and study in the office, but weekdays it was tough because now I have to study 2 more hours at the end of the day, which I didn't like because you're tired and you don't
Yeah.
absorb the same way you do it in the morning. So then oh, and my idea, Kenza, also was to watch the lectures during weekdays and do problems during weekends. The reason why
Oh.
is like I, I spent like a Saturday watching videos, and I was falling asleep after the
Mm.
third hour. Like you cannot watch like lecture like 8 hours of lectures. That's impossible. You won't retain. You won't take good notes. If you can break it down during the week, and then do the problems on Saturday and Sunday,
Mm.
then you'll be good because you're gonna spend time on Saturday and Sunday like studying while you're
Yeah.
ready. So I got that like by like the second month I was studying. I was like I'm
Mm.
wasting time on weekends watching videos and lectures. So because they're not like 5 minutes video like your videos, they're like 40 minutes, 2 hours,
Oof.
an hour and 30 minutes. Sometimes I have to use 1.25 speed. Um, Sometimes I have to write the time when I was confused about something. Okay, video X, Y, time 60 minutes or 58 minutes or something. And but yeah, but I 100% recommend to if anyone is gonna do that, try to watch the videos from Monday through Friday. It doesn't matter you have to watch it like in the morning and then in the evening, but make sure to get it done before Saturday. So on Saturday you do the problems and you do the quizzes that you gotta do because they give you quizzes per section, which is good though.
Yeah. That's actually really a good idea. I actually really like that. Um, Especially like you said, the lectures are long, and if you spend the weekend watching the lectures, you feel like you
No.
just didn't study because you're just
Yeah, right,
watching. Yeah.
right, right,
Yeah. And you feel like you just wasted 16 hours not actually doing any problems, and that's going
right,
to be very
right.
stressful.
And you
Yeah.
need those 16 hours or whatever time you want to spend
Yeah.
on practicing, like
Mm-hmm.
practice your problems and getting good at it and fast and whatever. Um, yeah. So at the beginning you're trying to do it like in order, but if you can squeeze everything into the week, and just do it. Like if you can do it, do it.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. Um, I will share that with the students that are taking those courses for sure. Um, was there anything else that you did when you were preparing for the PE that was different than what you did for the FE? Or was it mostly the same? Same study habits, same
Yeah,
methods, same schedule overall?
consistency. Like never, no, don't stop. Like you can, don't get me wrong. There were like a few like Saturdays that I didn't do anything because I felt the tiredness. Like I was waking up from 4 to 6 every day, and now one Saturday, you know what? I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna sleep,
Yeah.
relax, and spend time with my family. And same like it was I think 1 or 2 weekends. Like you're gonna need that time. You need to unplug yourself sometimes. What I'm trying to say, like, don't lose the momentum. Is like take a week off. Don't do that.
Yep.
Take a weekend because the weekend is better than, or maybe take a Friday, or do something like, but don't take like a week or 3 days or on the road, because then it's gonna become harder to go back to study.
Yeah.
But everything else was the same. Consistency, and yeah, and just get it done.
You know, when you were talking about your schedule earlier, and then also remember at the beginning of the interview, you mentioned that at the end of it, you were just kind of like almost burned out and you just wanted to take it and you were just kind of done with it. I think partly because of your schedule, it was very intense. Waking up at 4 a.m., 2 hours, and then 3 hours or 2 hours in the evening, and then the weekend for 8 hours. Um, and you
Oh
did it
yeah.
over about 6 months period.
Uh, Probably
Right?
like 4 months, probably
Four
four and a
months.
half. Yeah, because at the beginning I wasn't. I was like, if I keep going with this pace, I'm not gonna finish. And then I realized it was
Got you.
like 4.5.
Okay. When
Yeah.
when you started to speed up. Um, Looking back, do you think you would have maybe preferred to spend maybe, or instead of doing it from like January to June, just taking extra couple months to study for it? Or do you
No.
prefer what you like what you did, just going intense, even though at the end you were a little bit burned out?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, just I mean, I prefer it that way. The longer you take, you're gonna keep postponing like, okay, I'll do this next weekend or like, yeah, that's fine. I got this section wrong. Like I got wrong like a 60 on the quiz. Like it's okay. 60 is fine. Like to me it was more like people like first of all, the course they only give you up to 6 months,
Right.
right? Or maybe 24 weeks. Yeah, which is like they won't give you more than that. So you are really forced to do it in 6 months. That's one thing. You can do the membership, but I didn't know about the membership until like 2 months after. But
Mm,
I don't want to keep paying that, because it's
right.
expensive. It's expensive. Um, the membership, monthly membership is expensive. So I was like, you know what? Let me get it done. And whoever is studying for the PE, she or he, they will know that they have to do it as you know as soon as possible because any prep course is not like your course, unlimited. Is you're gonna have to pay more if you want to keep postponing that. And nowadays with the inflation and everything how it is, you
Yeah.
rather spend time studying than paying for a new 6 months timeline.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. And then maybe it was also a good thing because then, maybe if you, because like you said earlier, the P exam, the material is more in depth than the FE, not necessarily more subjects, but it just did more
More
dense,
concepts,
more
more
concepts. Yeah.
conceptual stuff. Yes.
So
Yeah.
the sooner you take it, the better because then you will remember the information that you studied versus you spread it out. By the time you take it eight,
Yeah.
nine, 1 year, you might have
No.
forgot some of the material. So maybe it's good to excel at the end and accelerate your schedule a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a tricky
100%.
one. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
I usually always say try to have a balanced life. Try not to have an intense schedule like this one. Try not to burn out. Um, but sometimes like you said, in certain situations, you just gotta do what you have to do. Um, yeah,
Yeah. I mean, like, you know, I would have preferred to have more time personally, but ideally, I really wanted to get it done. So because I didn't want to spend any other minute studying for something that I for something like something that I needed for my professional life and for
yeah,
myself. So I got it done. Like I'm not saying this is gonna work for everyone. Like everyone's different. Like I say, I have no life during 4 months, and I have a daughter, and it was hard for me to give up that time with her, and you know, because I was studying. But at the end of the day, it was it was planned that way. Like God, He knows what to do with for everyone. So I think it was a perfect time for me to do it.
yeah. That makes sense. Ron, before you took your FE exam, did you have to submit anything to the NCS? Can you walk us through that process? Like
You
your
mean that PE?
yeah, your past experience.
No, no. Actually, I'm dealing with that right now. I
Okay.
didn't have to submit anything. I just scheduled for the exam.
Okay.
I took it in Jersey, so you can do it in Jersey. You can do everything post. post passing the exam.
Gotcha.
So I did it in Jersey. So I'm now. It's funny that you mentioned that because the work experience, they just approved that and sent it to my supervisor
Mm,
for for approval. I got comments the first time though. They made a bunch of comments, so I fixed that, and they it seems like it's fine now. But
okay.
no, I did not have to submit anything.
Okay.
Actually, it's funny because I didn't even submit even the transcript or anything to my EES account. I have to do that post the exam, which
Okay.
I didn't want to do it before because I didn't want to
Yeah.
spend time doing the paperwork and things like that.
Yeah. That makes sense. Because some states you're not allowed to take the FE exam until you complete those things. But I also know that some states you can sit for the exam before you complete the 4 years experience. Um, so let's talk a little bit about the exam itself. You mentioned a little bit earlier that it was really difficult. Do you did you feel like the PE was harder than the FE exam?
Yes,
It was
100%.
harder questions, more difficult.
Yeah, yeah. Longer questions, depth. Like they were asking you, like the question was longer. The
Yeah.
questions, like the FE was like two, 3 lines, and I told you like 30% of my exam was not multiple choice, like filling the
Oh
blank.
yeah, that's right.
So I was kind of like nervous about that.
Yeah. The range, because you got to make sure that you're in that certain range. Yeah, it's like plus or minus like two or three.
Yeah, the margin
Yeah.
error.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it was actually I remember the one question that they say calculate the flow or something, and the flow usually is in CFS, and I don't know how I read that. It says GPM. I was like, shoot. So I went. Now that was the first question. I was like, okay, I need to relax. I need to read the question. Just write down what units they want. So because it's easy questions, but sometimes you
Yeah.
because it's easy, you just do it fast without even reading the whole thing.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So the good thing is like you got 80 questions in 8 hours. I took the FE. I think the FE is like 6 hours, 110 questions or something like that. Um, I definitely I finished. I have like an hour or so, 40 minutes to actually go back and check everything. The last section of, which is good. But at the same time, I was like, I don't want to keep looking at this because I don't want to like redo something that maybe is right or overthink something that maybe is. So I think the FE, if you ask me like time wise, I think the FE they should give you more time because there's more questions.
Yeah.
For the PE, they should give you a little bit less time because it's less. I mean, to me, that's the way I see it. But
Yeah.
yeah, hands down, the FE is easier than the PE in my case.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. I mean, I heard different things from different students depending on, depends on the experience of the exam. Um, could you walk us through a little bit the timing of the exam? Is it similar to the FE? Did you take a break? When did you take a break? Did you have 4 hours and then, or did you have control over the time, just like the FE? You could take a break.
Now they give you 4 hours, and if you want to take the break, you can take it. But if you don't take it, then you can't take like you won't be able to get the scheduled break, which is 50 minutes. So
Okay.
I took the 4 hours. I think if I remember, the first time if you want to spend more than 4 hours, you can do it. But when you were done with the first section, you have to let them know if you want to take the break. Um, so
Okay.
I took the 50 minutes break. I ate lunch and went back to it. And yeah, it was 4 hours. I think I finished in 3 hours and 30 minutes the first section, and then I went to lunch, and then I came back to to the exam. And the reason I'm saying the exam, the P was harder because I have like 30% of the exam was conceptual, the other 30 was filling the blank, and to
Yeah,
me to me that was, and I think that's how it is nowadays.
yeah,
Um, because with the multiple choice, like I was telling my friends, like like if you know how to solve the question, you know right away which answer is wrong
yeah,
right away. Like
yeah,
you already before doing, okay, this is the answer is between these two.
right.
Um, especially when you calculate an angle or like a bearing angle or something, you know what I mean, like which
Yeah,
one is close to.
yeah,
Uh, and to me that's what I say was harder for me.
yeah.
Um, but other than that, no, it's just 15 minutes and then 4 hours. Like I think
Okay.
I finished when I still have like 20 minutes, and I just
Oh,
left because I didn't want to look at the exam anymore.
yeah,
Because no matter how much time I spent, if I didn't know the answer, I didn't know the answer. That's the way I think.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
That's true. And with fill in the blanks, like if you don't know the answer, you can't really just guess. Like with the multiple
well,
choice,
that's the thing. I didn't
right?
like for those I didn't guess,
You
but I
had
was
to solve
worried.
them.
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
solve them. So I left those at the end.
Oh, you did.
Uh,
Okay.
like the instructor said, he said he used the fast forward method or something. So the idea is spend 10 seconds on the question. If you know
Okay.
how to solve the question, solve it. If not, next, next, next.
Hmm.
The idea of that method is to solve 50% of the questions per section in 2 hours. If you solve
Hmm.
50% of the questions in 2 hours, you're good. You're right on schedule. And
Right.
he's right because sometimes you get stuck in one question, you spend 10, 15, 20 minutes, like, and your mind is saturated and the negativity start popping up.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm not solving this. I'm gonna fail. I'm gonna fail. He said, do the easy questions first. Take your time because if you don't understand that question, if you don't know how to do it, it's not you. It's multiple people on the same
Yeah.
boat.
Right?
So
Yeah.
relax and just keep doing keep
Yeah.
like next, next, next. And that's what I did though. And it's helpful. It's helpful, 100%. And
Yeah.
you kind of said it too. Like if you don't know the answer, like, or the question is harder, don't skip it and come back to it.
Yeah.
Uh, and that's the way. And I did it like that, and it worked.
Yeah. That's the way to do it for sure. Having a time management during the exam is so important. Because you can easily get stuck on a problem that you think you know, and then before you know it, you wasted a lot of time.
Yeah.
When did you take the break? Was it when you reached 40 questions? Does it stop exactly at 40 questions? Do you do
No, in my
40?
case, yeah, I stopped at 43 or 44. I think it was
Okay.
43 questions.
Okay.
The
So it
first part I
changes.
had 43,
Okay.
43 questions, and then I took a break, 15 minutes, um, and I ate. I brought food from home, and I have like a heavy breakfast though, and a
Okay.
light lunch, because I don't
Right.
want to like feel sleepy like in the second part.
Yeah.
Um, and the thing that's it. Yeah, I took the break and then took a walk, come back, and do the exam, finish it.
That's awesome. Um, so you got out of the exam and you're like, I don't know if I got this one, huh?
Yeah, I remember I called my boss, be like, um, I got good and bad news. It's like I'm alive. Bad news, yeah, I got so many like fill in the blank. Like I don't know what to do. I'm gonna wait. You gotta wait for it. I mean, he told me you're gonna pass. Like don't worry about it. Like that's the feeling everyone has like post exam.
Yeah.
So I wasn't
Yeah.
the only one. So for the FE, I knew I was gonna pass right away. Because I felt comfortable. For this one, because of the fill in the blank and the conceptual questions, I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
How was the environmental section? Because that was your weakness. How was it during the exam?
I think it was good though.
Yeah,
I'll be honest, I think it was good. Yes. I got like the questions I found the hard were the conceptual questions and the matching like
yeah,
definitions. Um, which sometimes you study, but not everything is in there. They they throw curveballs in the
yeah,
exam. So I have like a few of those, and you know, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you cannot like I tell my friend, like if I expect the problems to be the same as the one on the practice exam, everyone will pass the exam right away. Like you're gonna expect like crazy questions. You're gonna expect like things that you never seen before. Like I remember like that section, the sheet pile section. It was something that I probably did like at some point during college, but I probably like
yeah.
didn't see it again until the exam. So people forget about that, and you have to calculate the momentum, then go to the section, find this, and that. It's just So it was it was hard.
Yeah. I think when it comes to the FE and the PE, I think it's important to one have a good engineering foundation. So that way, if you are giving a different question, like you said earlier, you knew the moments that we did in our courses and the forces and all that. With that knowledge, you can use that and apply it to any problem. And then you just gotta like study as many concepts as you can on the PE and the FE. But like you said, expect to see something that you didn't study for or you've never
Right.
seen before. And but you got to focus on like at least 70% of the material. Um, and I think most people should be fine with that to be able to succeed on both. Um, how was the breadth compared to the depth section? Do they still have like that kind of style? Were the questions in the order of the specifications, like the
No.
FE, were there like everywhere?
Yeah.
Did you get depth questions in the morning and then breadth? Like, was it breadth questions and then depth?
No.
What
I
was it
got the
structured?
breath. I got the breath questions in the morning,
Okay.
but I also had. I think is the survey part of this breath or I got the survey question.
Survey. I think that might be the breadth in water resources and
Well,
environmental.
well, that survey had on the second section. It was
Oh,
all
you had
mixed.
it? That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
also I have the sheep piles thing on the second section on
Okay.
the second
Yeah.
part. And yeah, it's just, it was mixed. It was mixed because in the first section I have a lot of open channel questions like, calculate the flow on this channel, blah blah blah. They give you like a channel that have different like m values, like Manny's coefficient different, and I have to do a compound and calculate the flow for each a specific channel, things like that. And that was on the first part, which to me that's a hard question and long.
Yeah.
Um, because
Oh,
I remember
makes sense.
like three
Yeah.
different like I don't know if I saw the similar question was on the prep course, so I knew what to do. But I
Yeah.
left it to the end because
It's
you
long.
never know. It's
Yeah.
long, la la la. Maybe
Yeah.
I got something wrong. I don't want to
Right.
like those questions that I knew how to do it and they were long and hard. Okay, I know how to do it. I do it at the end
Yeah.
because they take long time to do it, but I know how to do it. And I don't want to do it fast. I want to do it right.
Oh,
Um,
that's a good one. I like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
because you already know how to do it. Don't if you know how to do it and it's long, don't do it right away. Leave it
Yeah.
at the end because you're gonna get it right. But don't force it going fast
Yeah.
because then you get it wrong and then you're gonna, oh my God, what did I do wrong? What did I do
Yeah.
wrong? And I think that was there, and I think that's it. That question to me, I mean, the breath, it was like, what the other funny part is, like when I was working on the second section. um on the afternoon section. All right, so I remember in the first part I have like five fill in the blank, or maybe 10. I don't remember. Maybe I think between 5 and 10 questions. On the afternoon section, I was like, all right, hopefully no more filling the blanks. This is gonna be better because to me, I felt like the morning wasn't. I thought I was gonna do better. Again, like I have time to go back, but I'm like if I spend 10 minutes here, that's not gonna, you know, uh, I'm not gonna be sure if I'm gonna do it right or not. I just rather get those 10 minutes on the other section, and hopefully it's gonna be a better one.
Yeah.
And and I hit next, fill in the blank. I say shoot, next, fill
Oh,
in the blank, shoot. Like 5 questions on the row. Say, are you kidding me? Like at that point, I was like, what's going on? It's not my day. Okay, let just do it. Like I did it at the end, but I mean, I did all this. I solved all the problems, but I was
yeah.
at some point during the exam was like, are you kidding me? Like, is this
Yeah.
is for real? Like, like
Yeah.
it was like, you have to, you're gonna have that fight with you too. Like, hey man, you know this. Come on, man. Like, don't
Mm-hmm.
let this, don't let you, don't get down like this. Like, you know how to
Yeah.
do this stuff. So it's a little bit of psychological fight. If that's the word, like proper expression, like with you, and it's yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
Did you know about fill in the blanks? Did anybody give you a heads up that you're gonna have a lot of fill in the blanks, or you were not expecting that?
No, no,
Do
it's
you
not.
think
It's atypical for. I
it's
went to Reddit.
it's
It's,
interesting?
he
Yeah.
said like this guy posted like I have so many fill in the blank, and people were like, well, I didn't. I got only like a few, and I asked my friends, and they were like, no, I only have like 2 or 3 fill in the blanks,
Oh.
and everything else was like multiple choice. It was like, okay, I was the lucky one. But be prepared for that because that's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
And what I tell my friend, just trust the process. Like, you study for it, just relax and just solve the problems.
Yeah. All right, Ron. I have one more question. This is the last question I usually always ask students. If a student comes up to you and asks you to list three things that really helped you pass your PE exam, what would you say to them?
Mm, consistency, first one. Um, it's hard because I guess listing 3 things kind of like like ignoring what really happened, right? But I would say consistency. Be consistent on your study. Um, like set up a schedule. Like sometimes it won't be as easy as you think it's gonna be during the process, but you're gonna get it done eventually. And the third thing I would say like just 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 practice. Like the more problems you solve, I think it's gonna be better. Um, and this is not talking about who is really helping you to get there, which is your family and other group of items or people around you that are actually trying want the best for you. So this is just the thing you got to do, right? And I think those three, I'll pick those three, like consistency, prepare a schedule, and 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 practice.
I think when I asked you this question for the FE, you also mentioned consistency.
Yeah.
I would have to go back and check, but I'm pretty sure you said that before as well for the FE. Um, Ron, thank you so much for joining us again and sharing your PE journey with us. Congratulations on passing your PE. I was really happy when you shared the news with me. I couldn't believe that um, you already gotten your PE, and I still remember our interview. But I had no doubt you were gonna do it for sure. You are very dedicated, and I remember from our last interview, you really wanted to get your PE. So I knew it was gonna happen, and I'm really glad and really excited for you. And thank you again for doing the interview. I really enjoyed talking to you.
No, thank you, Kenza, and thank you for everything. Like I think the engineering community is gonna appreciate what you're doing probably in the next 5 years. Probably they're doing it right now, but since 2018 when I saw your first video till now, I think you're gonna change. You're gonna make people like understand like how important everything is, and they probably can get the FE before they graduate or something. Um, if not, then I think I hope for the best that you actually keep bringing new students and keep doing the back to back thing, which is the best thing everyone can do though. Um, so thank you for like prepare that prep course that is one of the best up there. Like for the FE, yes, and it's one of the best, all the best. I think it's the best. I don't know. I say one of the best because I don't know how many they are, but just the fact is unlimited. That's a deal. It's a deal breaker.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you. I really appreciate it. That means a lot. Thank you so much.
Yeah. All right, Kenza. Take care.